Hi, I'm Lily. Today I'm going to read you a story. Mozart. Reading 8 to level 3A. Mozart. Okay, let's read it. Nana was having a music lesson. Her father, Leopold, was teaching her. Little Wolfgang Mozart was watching and listening to every note she played. When her lesson was over, he asked, "Please, may I have a lesson, Papa?" "You're too little, Wolfie," said Father Mozart. When Father Mozart and Nana left the room, little Wolfgang went up to the clavier and pressed the keys. He smiled. The music sounded beautiful. Father Mozart heard him and came to see. Wolfgang was playing correctly without anyone helping him. Father Mozart decided to give his little boy music lessons. Soon Wolfgang was playing as well as his big sister Nannerl. He learned so quickly. His father was very pleased. But when Wolfgang started to write his own music to compose, Father Mozart was delighted. No one could believe that a little boy of 5 could write such beautiful music. Now Father Mozart decided to take his two bright children on a concert tour to Munich, Germany. It was a long trip. Inside the coach it was very bumpy, but still they had to work. Father Mozart made them practice on make-believe keyboards. As soon as they arrived in Munich, people began to talk about the talented little Mozart children. Dressed in their best clothes, they played for Prince Joseph. The concert was a huge success. Everyone clapped and gave them presents of jewels and lace. Father Mozart was very proud of them. One large lady was so excited that she ran over to the little boy, picked him up in her arms, and gave him a loud sloppy kiss. "Yeah," said Wolfgang as he wiggled away and wiped his face. Back home in Salzburg, Austria, Wolfgang was so pleased to see his mother and his funny little dog, Bimple. He had missed them very much. Wolfgang hugged Bimple and then wrote a little minute to celebrate his return. It was January 1762, just days before his 6th birthday. 1762, just days before his 6th birthday. A few days later, Father Mozart gave Wolfgang a present. It was a little violin. That night, when Papa's friends arrived carrying their instruments, Wolfgang ran to get his own little fiddle. But Papa shook his head. "No, Wolfgang, you cannot possibly play with us until you have had some lessons and lots of practice." Wolfgang burst into tears. One of Mr. Mozart's friends, Mr. Scanter, felt sorry for Wolfgang. "Come on, Leopold," he said. Let the child stand near me. I don't mind." "Oh, very well," said Father Mozart, "but remember to play softly, Wolfgang, so no one will hear you." Wolfgang smiled through his tears and standing next to Mr. Scanter, he began to follow the music. Gradually, Mr. Sketcher played softly, still more softly, and then he stopped playing altogether. Little Wolfgang continued playing. Father Mozart could not believe his eyes or ears. How could his little boy play such difficult music without any lessons? Their next trip was to Vienna, Austria, and this time Mother came too. One day an important invitation arrived. It had a royal crest. Wolfgang and Nana were to play at the royal palace for the Emperor and Empress. There was such excitement. Clothes were washed and ironed, shoes were polished till they shone like mirrors. Then they all climbed into the coach and started off for the palace. The Emperor, the Empress, and the royal children were waiting in the throne room. Wolfgang looked longingly at the children. Will we be arrived? Will we be allowed to play some games with them?" he wondered. First Wolfgang performed, then Nannerl. Then they played duets together. The royal family sat motionless. They couldn't believe that all that wonderful music was being played by such a little boy and his sister. While Mr. and Mrs. Mozart talked with the Emperor and Empress, Wolfgang and Nana played with the road children. Oops! Cried Wolfgang as he slipped and fell over the polished floor. The little Archduchess and Mary Antoinette helped him to his feet. You're very kind, the little boy. When I grow up, I'll marry you. When the children had gone home, their hands filled with the gifts from the Empress, the Emperor struck his chin. What a smart little boy. We must invite them again. I will test him a little. I would like to find out if he is as good as he seems. 2 days later, the most wonderful clothes were delivered to the Mozart children. They were a present from the Empress. Wolfgang gasped. His suit was fit for a prince. There were white silk stockings, velvet trousers, and a leg jacket with a beautiful vest. Nano's dress was pink with white embroidery. They wore these beautiful clothes when they went back to the palace the next week. Mr. and Mrs. Mozart, Master Wolfgang, and Miss Nano announced the full man. As soon as Wolfgang saw the Empress, he ran across the floor, climbed on her lap, flung his arms around her neck, and gave her a big kiss. What are you going to play, little one? Asked the Emperor, smiling. I shall play my Allegro in B flat major. Wolfgang replied. He slid off the Empress's knee and ran over to the clavier. Very good, said the Emperor, but first of all I wish to place this over the keys. He held up a large black cloth. Mozart sighed. It made no difference to him. He could play the clavier without looking at the keys. The Emperor put the black cloth over the keyboard. Wolfgang placed his hands on the cloth and played his alto perfectly. Well done, cried the Emperor and the Empress. Father Leopold took Nano and Wolfgang to many different countries. One trip lasted 3 years and 5 months. Wherever they went, they gave concerts. Everyone admired them and gave them presents. They called Wolfgang Mozart the Wonder Boy. Wolfgang grew up to become one of the greatest composers of all time. Even today, people all over the world love to perform and to listen to his wonderful music. Wolfgang admires Mozart wrote over 700 works, including symphonies, concertos, sonnets, and masses. He wrote 23 operas. The most famous of these are The Marriage of Figaro, Così tan tutte, Don Giovanni, The Magic Flute. This 4th thing. Okay, bye!